Well, it's been more than a year since Venezuelan authorities detained a Utah man and his wife without due process. There have been multiple pleas for the release of Joshua Holt and his wife on humanitarian grounds, but no response, as the newly married couple has endured illnesses, injuries, and malnutrition without proper medical care. Joshua's family has been working tirelessly for his freedom. After a trip to the White House, President Trump personally called for the release of Joshua on Wednesday. With us today is his mother, Laurie Holt, and she's here to talk about the very tense current situation. Thank you so much for joining us, Laurie. First and foremost, give us the latest. Give us Joshua's condition. I understand it was, what a month ago that he had a pretty severe injury to his back.
Yeah, he fell off the top bunk. He's on the third bunk, and he fell off. The only reason we found out about it was our lawyer was actually there waiting for him to come to see her, and when he was startled and fell completely back, and so he had a concussion. We thought he had a fracture. It took about 3 weeks for them to get him some medical attention, and so we think he's doing pretty good right now.
To catch our viewers up to speed, he's been held for more than a year without trial on some weapons charges, which many say are phony weapons charges. He suffered infection, extreme weight loss. Obviously, you can't imagine the temperatures right now in Venezuela and the very tense situation there. Are you getting updates from the special prosecutor there? After we had Senator Orrin Hatch on, he said there could be a little bit of, a breath of fresh air, that there was a new special prosecutor. Have you had that?
No, we have not heard from the prosecutor at all, or the Attorney General there that helped file this charge or this motion to let him be let out for house arrest. We've heard nothing, and it's been over 2 weeks now.
On July 26th, which was on Wednesday of this week, the Trump administration announced a new round of sanctions for obviously a much larger issue going on in Venezuela. President Trump said, and I quote, "The United States is very concerned about the situation of Joshua Holt, a young American being held illegally by President Nicolas Maduro over a year now." I want to get your take on the president's involvement so far. Are you pleased that he's stepping in? Do these new sanctions worry you? There's talk of additional sanctions.
I definitely am very thankful that he has finally stepped in. Not even finally, from the very beginning, I know that he's been working on it and known about Josh. These sanctions do scare me. It seems like any time anything happens in Venezuela, it affects the court systems, shut down. It affects everything. So nothing moves. They lock them down. And so, of course, that is a big fear of mine, is that, once the United States does do something to Venezuela, then it's going to make them mad, and they're going to keep him even longer.
I know you said you have not been down, but you said your lawyer has, Joshua's lawyer. Are there any plans, or can you give us any indication of what's next? Is the lawyer traveling back down? Do you have any indication that there could be progress within the next couple weeks?
So our lawyer actually is there, lives there.
Okay.
There are 3 of them. And so besides them, we have a lawyer here that communicates with them so that we don't misinterpret things that they tell us. At this time, we're kind of at a standstill. It's me fighting again, putting it out, his story out there, trying to just bring the awareness and basically beg for Venezuela to let him go and to let him bring Tammy and her 2 daughters home.
Laurie, there are a lot of parents watching right now, and I'm just curious, when you see the tense situation in Venezuela, what is it like to be a mother and to feel so helpless?
So this week has been really hard for me. I pretty much had my first big breakdown on Tuesday, and this week it's been just trying to pick myself back up so that I can continue that fight. It's gut-wrenching
Right.
To not be able to control or do anything, not be able to see him, it's hard. It's really hard.
Well, we're fighting for you. Senator Orrin Hatch is fighting for you. The Trump administration is fighting for you, and we hope that you will join us when you welcome your son home, hopefully in the near future. Laurie, thank you so much.